Fred nodded. Then, just to check, he asked, "Do you mean metaphorically or—" "Metaphorically, yes, although sometimes, in the case of my leg, for instance, literally." There was a cough behind him. "Can I talk to you about something?" said Con. The explorer bent over the oil tank. "Yes, of course," he said. "What's on your mind?" Con glanced at Fred. "Alone." The explorer didn't look round from the engine, but he jerked his head at Fred. Fred glared at Con, but turned to go. He was halfway across the city square when he heard her speak. She tried to whisper, but her voice was sharp and carried in the night air. "I'm not leaving." Fred turned in astonishment. The explorer was still methodically checking the engine. Fred stepped behind one of the trees that lined the central stone boulevard. "I'm staying with you," Con said. "I've made up my mind. Max needs to get to hospital, but I don't." "I'm afraid you're not," said the explorer. He adjusted a bolt in the engine. "I wouldn't be any trouble. I've been saving my food, and I can eat spiders. I've got lots of dried meat in my pockets." "I know, I can smell it. And your face gave you away hours ago. There's a hint, and then there's an alarm going off on the ground floor of the Bank of England. Your face is a siren. I'm sorry, child, but you will be getting on that plane." "I can't. I just can't." "I know," said the explorer. His voice was very gentle. "But you have to." "I'm better here. At home, sometimes I wish people were dead." The explorer nodded, silent. He waited. "You don't understand," said Con. "I wish it really hard. Sometimes I'm almost sick, I want it so much." The explorer nodded again. "That's something that the human heart does, Con. It bites. Don't let it panic you. It will pass, that specific kind of wishing." "How do you know?" "Between the ages of 10 and 16, I spent much of my time wishing half my class and most of my schoolmasters dead, and all of them remained indubitably, frustratingly alive. Nothing bad happened to any of them, though one of them, I believe, did move to Belgium, but that was as far as it went." "But I need to stay here." Con's face was pink. "It all makes more sense here." "I understand, although of the four of you I'd rather thought you were the least keen on this place." "You're ready to change your mind?" She was turning steadily redder, red at the ears, at the neck, and rising to her forehead. "I love it. I've never loved anything like this. At home it's all sit still and don't touch. Everything has a cover, so I don't get it dirty. Some of the covers have covers. People want me to be ways I can't be." "Yes, I know what that feels like," said the explorer. "But if I want to scream here, I can. If I want to eat with my fingers or climb a tree, nobody stops me. I can sleep when I want to. I can run if I want to." She looked particularly defiant at the last words, as if confessing a sin. He seemed to swallow a smile. "You don't have to go to the rainforest to do those things. They're more to do with you than the jungle. Pay attention to the world the same way you did out here. It will change the way you feel. Attention and love are so closely allied as to be almost indistinguishable." "Please," Con whispered. He sighed. "You need to go home because I don't want people coming looking for you and finding you here. I cannot have people finding this place." He squatted down to look Con in the eye. "But know this. This is the first and not the last of your adventures. It's not going to be easy for you. You will have to be honest, resist the urge to arrange your fears and angers to the most becoming angels. You're not the one who was born to ride lightly over the world. Do you know what a lion heart is?" "I'm not sure," she said. She was blinking hard. "People think it means brave, and it does, but it also means a heart with claws. That's you, Con, the lion heart." Fred stepped into their line of vision. He coughed loudly. Con whipped around and glared, a black glare of embarrassment. "I thought you'd gone," she said. I didn't know you were an eavesdropper." She began to stalk away. Fred ran after her. He wasn't sure if what he was about to do was a sensible idea. It might, he thought, get him elbowed in the face. "Con," Fred said, "where do you go during the holidays?" "I live with my aunt. You know that," she said aggressively. Then, after a long pause, "Why?" "Well," Fred said, "it's just we've got a spare room. My father's always telling me to bring more friends home." "Friends?" said Con. A flush began to rise up her neck to her ears and cheeks. "Obviously," said Fred. "Friends."